my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. It is July 1st. Yay, we're in July, and I've worn one of the patriotic t-shirts over at Kate Spain's page. So I'll link you down below if you want this one or any of the ones specific for the 250th anniversary. You can still order, even if it doesn't, maybe it wouldn't come in time, but you know, it's a memorabilia then. You got to collect it because they won't be there forever. All right, let's start out with socialites. So let me show you the block first, and then I want to talk about something else with it. So first, here is the block, and this is by my buddy Bev McCulloch of Flamingo Toes. It is called the Pinwheel Dash, and remember, these blocks came out with the Fat Quarter Shop last Friday. So there you go. That's this one. Super cute. Now let me pop a picture up. Okay, here is the layout done with the rosy fabric that I'm working with, Joanna Figueroa's fabric from Fig Tree. And I've talked many times about how the green, if you wanted to totally remove the green, this would really be a very gorgeous sort of red, white, and blue vibe. Leaving the green in does adjust that feeling just a little bit. And so I started looking at it and I thought, you know, for the layout, there are 4 settings. There are, you know, those setting squares. They're all the same. They're just rotated to give the setting. And I have 4 of them with green. So I think what I'll do is I'll remake those 4. There are also 2 lower level blocks that have a heavy green emphasis. And I'm not going to redo the tulip up at the top with the stem or the roof of the house. But those 2 other ones at the bottom, I may, they're already made, but I may redo them take the green out because it's a heavy green in those blocks, and then I think I'm set, and it'll have a light green accent, but it won't have that I think it'll feel a lot more red, white, and blue. I also have enough fabric to do kind of a border around it from the line, one of the florals, and I may end up doing that as well. I forget what size this ends up. It's not on the paperwork I'm glancing at right here, but it'll make it a little bit bigger if I put a border on it, you know, maybe a 4-inch border, something like that. So those are my thoughts about it now that a lot is done and a lot of colors are there, and I can kind of feel what I want to do with it. And maybe it has to do with doing this in July, you know, like working on it through, you know, into the summer. I get that red, white, and blue going on, you know, in my brain. So there is the socialites. Before I show you Jubilee, I decided to hang a quilt because I've got the Liberty Bell in progress behind there, and I don't want to show you yet where it is. So this one is called Summertime. We did it in 2018 together. It's a free pattern from me. And it is one of my favorites that we did because the fabric line. It is a mostly Amy Sinibaldi's fabric lines with art gallery from back in 2017, 2018. Since we did in 2018, it may have been a 2017 line. But anyways, I just adore it. I adore the fabrics. And also I did notice on the left side, I had tried really hard to be sure that like kind of images went the right way. Well, that whole left one, I guess I reversed it. So there's like the houses are upside down on the house fabric. Here, I'll scroll in a little bit so that you can, there we go, scroll in. So you can just see the fabrics a little closer. If you have used these fabrics from Amy, sorry it's jerky, my remote's not running smooth at the moment. There it is. Now that you know why that's up there, we have Jubilee. Whoops. Wait, I thought I was holding it correctly. No, here we go. So row 2, I'm going to hold it up. Here we go. So row 1 and row 2 of Jubilee using my So Charmed fabric line from Bannertex. So you can get that at the Fat Quarter Shop, or you can ask at your favorite quilt shop. And Kendall, my buddy Kendall, did a video on making the block, and he did a smaller version of the quilt. And so I have linked all the time that we're doing this over to his video channel. So you want to be sure to subscribe. I believe he often does videos on Sunday. So you want to check that out as well. He's a lot of fun. Does very, very creative work. He has gorgeous color sense, and amazing tutorials. So if you really love to see blocks being made, Kendall enjoys doing that. And because we're still in this very heavy, everything's going on at once set of projects, Fat Quarter Shop's free Christmas in July has started today. It's a mystery, so each week for 4 weeks you get a block to make, and the first block are the trees. I am using a different fabric line than they are using. There's a link to it down below and at my project page. So here we go. I love the pink in my Christmas things, and the kind of lighter green. Their kit is a little bit more cozy, traditional colors. So if you want the kit, there's still some available, I believe. So I have that linked in here as well. Now let me show you the progress I have up to when I made this video for the Liberty Bell. For New York, I have another challenge because this state word on here is way too big. Remember, I sort of brought these down to a working set, getting, giving to charity a lot of the ones that were sports or duplicates or things that maybe didn't fit the vibe I was hoping to do, because I knew I only could use one fabric per state. So I had these two to pick from. And this one, the New York, is also too big, but there's New York City right here. So what I'm going to do is, and what I did already, was pull out just New York City. And I will have, it's going to be in the center, and of course these are the smaller stars, so they are a lot smaller center. And I won't, and I don't know, I might do the square and the square for this one. I will do the square and the square portion depending on the fabric and what I think about it. So I will frame this in the navy and then use this for the star points. So it'll have a navy center instead of being all white. I mean, I could do it all white like this, but then I think because I have to do this frame around it, even though it's tiny, it's going to be tiny, I still think you lose the New York. So I'm going to do it on navy with white stars. And, who knows? I don't know. Do I like that? I'm thinking through this. Maybe I do need to just put it on the white. Maybe I'll do, yeah, see, it's so small. And then if I did the square and a square, it would have the gray. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so nix this. Nix that. Okay, the other thing is I did the North Carolina, but you can see I used this white here for the star points. Full block in the middle because I like the images around it, but that's a bit yellowy, so I think I will use the alternate that I have. I think that matches a little better because you can see it's just a little off-white, little cream. So I will use these with the New York. So I'll do those two states and then go on to the next ones. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to make this excruciatingly painful and show you every single one as I do it. I'm just showing you ones that there's some design choices I'm doing, because maybe that will interest you and that might help you work through design choices you have for other things. The Georgia fabric just has the word Georgia here. It has a whole bunch of other stuff like Peachtree Drive, the Quilt and Textile Museum, Centennial Park. Did any of you buy the book for the quilt exhibit that went on during that Olympics? I did. Fidelia onions, peaches, all kinds of things. But a lot of the word Cherokee in there, were on the edges. So I decided I'd make my cut from in here. So I just did lay in the ruler and cut two sides, and then I will flip it like this out here and take the ruler and cut the others. It's a little oversized, so then I can trim it down to what I want. So that way I'm just preserving the other stuff in case I want to use it, or if I donate it and they want to use it. There it is, cut out. And now I just need to be sure that I am a full 1/4 inch when I cut the finished size, a full 1/4 inch from the lettering. So like here is a 1/4 inch on the ruler, and then on this side I'm way over. because I have to trim. But yeah, I'm probably just going to go with it kind of centered like that, and then trim it up to the center, to the square that I need. And the final. I have the right side. I haven't sewn those blocks together yet, but I wanted to show it to you. I have got Pennsylvania, Virginia, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and North Carolina. This was I couldn't get the whole word New Jersey that I liked, so I went with the NJ, and I did live in New Jersey 3 times during my life. Quite a few years I spent there. So, a quick thing. If you are born in Pennsylvania, and I think it just happens for those of us who were born there, even if we left when we were very little, we have family there. People in Pennsylvania tend to call Pennsylvania PA by their, initials like NJ. What other state? Do you live in a state that goes by PA, or like we do, like people in Pennsylvania do? Virginia, we do not say VA. New Jersey, I don't remember people saying NJ or NC. Maybe one of the Carolinas, NC, SC. Do any of you do that? NY for New York. Do any of you do that for your state? I have not heard it other than Pennsylvania. But, that doesn't mean it isn't being done. All right, let me know. I'm using my clappers on the seams. So I press them, and then while it's warm on the wool mat, then I put the clappers, which are heavy wooden pieces. They're sewing items that have been around for centuries, just forever, and they will sort of wick the heat and keep these seams really flat. And I'm not using starch, so this helps to keep the blocks flat as well. Before I did the final blue star, I started realizing that Delaware did not have a great option. This piece was given to me, but it was cut right here close to the edge, plus it's too big, but it would not have filled any kind of regular square with Delaware in the middle, or even like a strip but I'm putting it in the middle because one of the 13 original states. So I can't use that, and I don't want to use these with all the different flags because I don't want to chop that up. I actually have 2 of these panels, and one of them might go on the back. So I had these 2. I'm trying not to use the same fabrics again. I had this fabric and I used it for Virginia, so I already used this one. This one here I haven't used yet, and some of the some of the states, they split them, and I don't really care for that. But Delaware's on here, plus it's really sweet that they put their sort of logo. Delaware's the first state, Pennsylvania the Keystone State, or Rhode Island the Ocean State, so there's that stuff on there, which is really nice. I think I will go ahead and go with this, which means the last blue one, which I'd already pulled a center, I will use that with a white star. It's a light blue anyways, and then this will be the navy star. While I'm working on the rest of the stars, so there are four in this row, 4 in that row, then there's the crack of the Liberty Bell, and then the base. So originally I thought maybe I would sew up the crack here. Let me show you the pattern. See, there's the break in the bell. So I thought I would do that and then do the stars, but I think I'm kind of on a roll with the stars, so I'm just going to finish all of the stars before I do that other piece. Yay! So remember I have no video next week, and then when I come back I'll have a video that I'm actually going to be recording in the next day or so. So there will be no Liberty Bell progress on that one. I'll pick it up again afterwards. Also, a question, if you want to answer it for me here in the YouTube comments, is that in August is traditionally very slow. A lot of people are out. They do things for many, many different reasons. And so I thought the Fat Quarter Shop has their Halloween free mystery in August this year, and I'm not available the first couple of weeks of August, so there are already no videos. So I was thinking, you know what, maybe it would just be better, even though I won't be doing it as a mystery, it'll already be completed, to actually do it for the 4 weeks of September. that way, that August lull where a lot of people just aren't even sewing or even around to sew, and I'm not available for half of the month. Yeah, so I'm heavily leaning that way. Leave me a comment if you intended to sew the Halloween, and if you would like to sew it in September, even though it will no longer be a mystery. You can, of course, still sew it with the Fat Quarter Shop in August if I do that. So let me know in the comments. All right, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. Have a wonderful 4th of July. I'll see you online.